All right. Okay. Should looks pretty good. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right, everyone. I think we're all set, ready to rock. So, as you might have guessed, when it came to boom, uh, no, I did not get to the 12th match. Do I intend on getting all of the other matches done tonight? Big. That's gonna be a big, well, we'll see type deal. Um, that just kind of cut me off because I couldn't see, but put punk there. Make my day. Okay, you only can beat me in one category. So if it doesn't go power, I should be okay too. Oh, speed anyway. The only reason I was worried about power is because if he proxied, I was worried Otis might actually go over me, but nothing to worry about there. So, yes, I am stacking picks, so every round you're going to see that happen, and I'm just going to do this. Um, based on what I looked at today, I don't know if everybody got the 6 or somebody just happened to pull an extra one for some reason. I used quite a few of the super coins to see if I could just get it to happen because I was running low on time today, and I did not pull 6. I pulled 5, but I'm happy with what I got. It did help a little bit in certain spots. The up arrow got taken out completely. So every match is just going to be another. I also added the new Cody, not this one here, because this one obviously is not done yet. I added the new Cody into Boom to see how much we were talking for points. 2,300 per spot. Let that sink in for a moment. For those of you who might not realize what I just said. 2,300. And that was before I even finished him. Okay, you're going to come after Punk. That's going to be an issue. Can I beat the Miz? I can't beat him in power. I can beat him in toughness. I cannot beat him in charisma. About to play a dangerous game here. Oh well, only 4. Tomorrow I'll be lucky of how much work I'll actually have done on it, really, because I don't know if I'll be able to get anything going. Dude, I had like 3 or 4 losses in a row today before the new streak started, so I'm at 12, but that's not, I didn't get the 12 wins in a row. Just getting that 18 is, you have to just go start to finish. I kept bouncing around between 8 to 9, then back down to 8, then back up to 9, so that's kind of why I was there. But it is what it is, you know. Can't really fault the game too much. A lot of people are taking issue with Boom right now. So it's not just us that are struggling. Cody's going to be a big help, the single one we got so far, because I mean, whether you want to use them or not, I mean, 2,300 is quite a lot of points to bump up with. Let's put. I don't think it matters where I put whoever. Nice. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. It's all or nothing here. Do not hit speed. Do not go to speed. Do not go to speed. I'll take it. Give me my points back that I lost. The flip side to Cody is LA Knight, which is still pretty fantastic. Kind of rough when you're only basically hitting one shard at a time for now. I'll probably clear all my shards up after I'm done with whatever I do. Then we'll just go from there. Thankfully, I had enough right arrows that knocked Sammy out, so that was actually a blessing, so I could throw him. Now I just got to find some left arrows to at least, I don't know. At this point with Jacob and the Rock, it's kind of hit or miss. Because both are going to be cards that that I have to. If I pro them, I know what that's going to result in. Like, I want to pro them at the same time. Do I look at it as being too soon? But then I'm like, I am. I mean, I am prized here, so I mean, it's not where I'm like risking too far. Might have to just see how today goes about. And just let that be kind of the deciding factor. It's coming back. It's coming back for all his cards again. Ooh. Yeah, pretty much. Same here. If it goes power, I'm not going to be a happy man. Just come after my Sammy. I was really hoping he would challenge my Sammy at least. Alright. That one hurt to take the loss on. Okay. What have we got that can help? Figured. 2 heavy blows I was not looking forward to taking, and I took them. All right, let's go to our trainable and just take what we can get. First off, you're getting combined. The exception of Cody. I just wanted to make sure I didn't get another Jimmy, because if I got another Jimmy, I'd be like, okay, I can do that. Oh, I really don't have that much room. Right. I didn't get. I don't think I got any prize rewards from that. Do I stick that out and say that I wouldn't get any more? If I do this, I have to. I don't even have another one of him to really test my theory out. I need another card. Okay. There. More room. Okay. I'll go to War Games, I guess. Okay, Bray still makes it, so it's not bad to Those aren't done though. Both Ethan and Carmelo can still get boosted. The only problem with this list is this right here, which means that's another spot that has to come up. Okay, past. Let's do this so we know. I thought that was highlighted for something else. Okay, past Carmelo is Devon. Somehow Devon still makes it in. Go figure. Randy, Ultimate Warrior, Dirty Dom, Penta. All of them potentially could do it. Is he one of the... No, he's not one of the cards. I don't know why I was thinking that way. At least with the men, I'd be able to clean up Void. I don't see why I shouldn't. I need at least room for 64 picks, or else it's just pointless to even do it. Or do I hold back and just keep going the way I was going? A little bit of a challenge. Challenging thought. Because if I do, no matter what I do, for the most part, I think I'm dusting most of the stuff because there's nothing to power up at this point. Well, at least that'll go well for you. Well, start putting together some numbers. It's the best I can do. It's not always going to go well, but I mean, you're doing... You got to be cracking your way up to the end of the 30. I mean, granted, I mean, you're losing, but you're also getting wins. Got to save him now. I would figure he would go over the Cody. Well, that I'll figure that out soon. I think it might just be subjective for you, but it might just be the fact that you're just... Some opponents you go up against just do not make the same strategies that some of the others do, whereas the others are just have the foolproof plan, and then you just come up, then you're just prepared for that. That's the way I would see it, at least. I can't see it any other way at this point, because at this point it just seems like either we're getting good wins or we're not. Okay, Dom, you're next. Does it really have a ray? key difference between last night and tonight, I will say for me, is the event Cody. Like I said, that's a big difference. I haven't had a chance to play him outright on a full 9 scale. Kind of like very interested to see how that's going to play out and just how many points, maximum points I really can get. I mean, I'm trying to make up in points, so that'll be a good way of me just cracking out some serious points at a fast rate. Like, I understand you have the rock there, which helps because that's just full enemy, so that's just a full assault. And you don't have to care what's next to it because the rock is just, like I said, he's just enemy and not all. LA Knight's more dangerous to use. Like, I am debating actually pulling my LA Knights just because they're a little bit too on the. I just need some cards that are at least going to do close to the damage that I need. They don't necessarily have to do the same amount as like the Rock or LA Knight. Just close enough. That's it. Okay. More so because they're just going to sit there and I'm just going to end up having to level all of them up just to do anything with them. At least in this situation, I at least can put them to use. See how this first set goes, because that'll at least be something. All right, General Void. With the exception of Bray right now, everyone else is kind of ripe for the pickings, I suppose. Maga, Eric. I think that might be it. Yes. I don't think I've reset this board yet, so I think I'm nearing the like where I got only a few left. Yeah, that sounds about right. I have a very good idea about something. I'm very positive about this. I have to have a pro if I'm in this tier. Oh wow, I don't. tier do I have him as a pro? SummerSlam? No. Okay. I thought I had him at a lower tier. You know what? It might have been SummerSlam, and I might have gotten rid of him because of that. All right, here goes nothing. Literally. Just hope. Let's just hope Ignition doesn't turn around and decide to bite me in the butt and decide to like overload me. Nice. That's a heck of a pull. All right, I got 73 picks. I'm going to predict at least 5 shards. That's just me being generous. It's here. Well, of course, it could make me go down to the final shard every time. That's one. It's pretty early when I got that one, so it's very possible. Yeah, excited a little bit. I thought I got it, but I guess not. There's 2. Where's that third one going to be? Dropping down the single digits is not good. I'm not going to get the 5. Unless I grab that shard within the next couple, like, picks. How was it? That's the last shard's going to be it. Nope. So, I was wrong. 4. I can just dust 1 and we can start again with this. Let's see what else we have. The Black Widow herself. I don't think she realized just how like popular that character was going to be when she started portraying it. Sure, that's all I have. Actually, no, I do have cards I can level up now. All right, dusting may not be a good idea. What we got left for cards? I have at least 4 to work on, so. Flip it. There we go. How did I miss that? Which one is that? Oh, yeah, that's actually probably going to be really good. Pro you. Level you up. I wonder if I'm going to end up being either I'm going to run out of cards or I'm going to run out of cards to level up again. One of the two. F5. All 5 cards potentially work on. Nice. Definitely might have to check that out. Practically seen them all. And if not, I've at least caught up to like what's going on in each movie, so. I'll let that build up a little bit before I do that. Men's elimination chamber I'm on. Yep. So Sammy comes out. Cody might as well go in. Also means I'm stripping myself the right to use. If he does appear, that means I can't use super move. That's already been 2 losses I took. Now we got this back on track. What? That shouldn't even be Okay, yeah, sure. Apparently my thing triggered when that's not even possible. Oh, that's not the reason I put it. I just put him in there because he needed matches. And nothing to do with the fact that he needed his variants. That was just a caveat. If I get stuff done with him, fine. If not, I'm not like super concerned about it. Just putting him in there was just like, oh wow, it's one of the cards that needs this particular match. Works for me. I would say if I had no other cards currently to work on, like right now, I would say Adventure and Prize are like the only two I'd like be very much trying to work the hardest on. Nice. There's no way his DDP gets over J. That was like one of the weirdest glitches I've ever seen because it normally doesn't happen. Nice. It's like things are coming along swimmingly for you. Let's see if it counted. Did count though. I don't know why that happened though. That was weird. Don't get me wrong. I'll take it. I will take getting that like a false super move somehow but it's still counting the matches. That was my biggest concern. Was like popping a super move. I thought it was going to strip all the matches that he did for the variant, because I know if you use the super move in Chamber, it strips the matches that he did on the variant for that particular match. I officially do not know what's going on anymore. I am officially confused. That is weird. I'm curious if anybody else has ever seen that happen. It's the first time I've ever experienced, or just like getting the super move and it just like staying. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen that happen. I don't think I know War is the supposedly the boosted one this week. What?
Here, want some?
No. I swear. Oh, the door better be shut. Yeah. Let's see if it maintains. We'll see if it continues. If it maintains, then we'll figure out what that really means. It's staying, so. Okay. This Ethan Page is almost done, so that's going to be another card I can at least push forward. I don't know as far as how strong he'll be in comparison to any of the adventure cards, but I'm not really looking at it and saying, oh, he's going to overpower all of them. Maybe if he can just slightly beat out someone, that'd be nice. Because then I know, okay, he can do that. That makes things a little more imposing for me to get my pros. Like getting Jacob Fatu Pro, the only way I'm doing it is if I absolutely have everyone, or at least one of his cards gets knocked out of my lineup there. Like I don't even think so I can actually look this up real quick because I have the list. Right. Ethan Falls. Please tell me he's at least on the first page. Okay, he is. There's a select number of superstars ahead of him, but at least he's on the first set. Oh, he loses. I would imagine he loses in power. That's like guaranteed. His power is absolutely. If for some reason they made his power trash, I feel like his power needed to be just a tad bit higher. I mean, he's got 80% trigger, which I am all for that. But stuff's all done, so at least I know he's done for the match. But Oh yeah, he should win toughness, charisma. Hmm. I got left 2 more. Okay. Nice. That should really give your deck a real nice boosting. I don't think there's anybody in my deck. Well, it's not like I really need it, but unless I don't draw him, which I mean, there is that like 40% chance that I won't. Okay, I didn't draw him. I'm actually kind of glad I didn't draw Cody because unless I didn't, I just don't realize that I've seen him. But I don't think so because I got the super move in my back pocket now to use because I know I have to use it. Interesting. So splash. Mello steals that one, which I knew he wasn't going to maintain the super move. Because that's not how that works. What we got? It's a 3-1, but I could still potentially take the L. Or his last card could be completely damaged and Tommaso could just step up and steal the win. Yeah, that can happen too. Anything interesting? No. Hmm. Guess I'll just dust the rest because there's nothing else to hold on to. Just double checking on something. Okay, we're good. I'm actually checking right now. I'm not seeing him on that side. Yes, we do. Between Talatanga and Coco Beware on the list. Must not be. Feels about right. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Dude, that's number 2, 3, and 4 on the list. On the ranking. And if I'm right, that's 2 ups and a left. Okay, you have number 5 on there, and then Tala's like way at the bottom. He's like 11 from the bottom. And it's not like I really could say much about Tonga because it's not like they've been featuring him all that much. So until they start really like doing high profile matches for him, he's not really gonna go up in the ranking in the game. Because I know that's how they're basing it. The fact though that this one in particular had the second, third, fourth, and fifth card in the ranking alone, people probably know that Tala's is probably bottom, but there could be one of them could be worse. Wow, I'm actually shocked. Um, how is it even possible that he's? I was about to say there's no way he's that much higher because Brooks and Omos are closer together. I was like, there's no way that Brooks is that way higher than Tala. That's almost impossible because while he may have been being featured a lot on NXT, that doesn't like necessarily mean you're gonna get the rub over a lot more of the main roster guys by a large margin. I mean, unless you're the world champ, then that's a bigger difference. I probably say that might be an omen to hang on to him because it sounds like people are just dumping him. What else we got? Cody just kind of just annihilates the competition, and then everyone else can just sit here and pick the bones. I can't tell really, but that looks like that might be Nation, Mark Henry. Oh, that is a toughie. I don't want to be putting your shoes in that situation, but man, that one's just oh. You're gonna have to get that second pro soon, or else you're not gonna last forever. I completely forgot about the Trishes. Move them out. Oof, bad decision. Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. I mean, it seems like you're getting Tala back more often than not, so it feels like it'd be right up your alley to do that. All right, two left. Let's do this. Good evening, Jessica. And how are you? Oh, that's starting to sound like now you're starting to get way too close. You're starting to get closer to the end, and it's not looking good when you have that many. Okay, what are we waiting on? Just 6 super moves? Okay. Come on. Why did I even hope? And this does not produce anything, so now I have to literally rely on just pulling super moves and boom. What will transpire? We will have to wait and see. Let's see if I can make some magic happen. If I can get the perfect round. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save him because I don't really trust myself at this point. I have no way of getting to that spot, so... This guy's bringing the fight. No. I'm about to sacrifice a few spots here, but why does he have to be like that? I need something else. I don't think I'm gonna get it. You know what? Your 2 cards can get 3,000. The rest of mine are gonna get a truckload. The only one I got that was a pro from that was Bianca. Like, literally, she was the only one. I was hoping to pull Liv, but Liv never materialized. I mean, I still have another opportunity, I think. Well, 2 more. Oh, I don't think either one is, no, I think I'm all out of opportunities now. see what they do. Probably should have expected that. See if I can bring the heat and take all the spots. Okay, what else do I still have? I don't think it really matters who I play. Both cards are about to do the thing. I still need my down arrow one I can roll with. Put you there. Put you there. Here it comes. Call it what you will. $605,000. I'm like, I knew it was going to be big. I didn't expect 50,000 to be the amount I was actually going to get from that. Good Lord, that Cody makes it is worth it now, more than ever. Right, I'll do that because unless he doesn't make a move. Yeah. So we're putting you there. Right there. He may not have it after all. Oh, it's gonna be way more now. That's broke the record again, I think. Nice. You got to make something happen, you know? $56 is the new, right? Yep. Wow. I just... Wow. Hey, each time, that's definitely game changing. If I can have a card that could help out right now, that would be great. Perfect, actually. Because nobody goes to this spot, I can actually use that for, Alright, so we gotta think this, I gotta think this through now. I don't have that opened up, so I kind of need that now. Okay. Well, he ain't getting played. You know what? I'll just have to do it. I'm not gonna have a choice. I can't put you there. Okay. Hmm. It's never ending. And it has begun. What is... Does she fall on anything? She would if I was using the females, but I really don't. Okay. No big deal there. Still, I mean, a few rounds, 50,000 each round. I'm like, this is getting a little nuts. They might be bringing it. I'm kind of convinced I can do more than that, but we'll just have to see how that plays out. So right now I need to figure out how I can get through these two. Oh, that's not good. You're gonna have to go there, so you're not giving me any extra. My next card I get's got to be something. Okay. Something up and down to follow as well. Okay, yes, actually that works. Jacob goes there. LA there. I honestly got worried thinking it was gonna be one of the top cards, and it wasn't. I was like, oh no. Okay, so we're going toughness and charisma with that. Oh yeah, 487. I mean, how ironic is it? Because I honestly was planning to start conserving my picks again. That this is all falling perfectly into place. Well, I think that's kind of the point when you think about it, because he's meant to. Because I mean, think about it. If you were to get him, you could have gotten Ricky Saints, who was Ignition, Legendary Edition. Then you had Tatum, who's going to be a Legendary Edition, which I got. And now you would have this one, which is a Legendary Edition. And you're going to have the, and you have the Ring General in Gunter, who's another Legendary Edition. I mean, it seems like they're going for it. Legendary Limited, whichever we want to go with it. It pretty much means the same thing to me. They're all limited cards, but they're big. They're meant to last. So I figure that's why his stats have to be high. And if you have even if you have the lower ranked Ulafala, you still are gonna have some. It's still gonna do something for him. You don't have to put it on him. I'm just saying in general that's something that'll help. Just need to win this, which I'm getting the funny feeling is not going to happen. Oh, that is definitely not happening. Now when it comes down to toughness and speed, and even though her toughness was severely labored, that her speed was still in the 100,000s. Didn't matter what I played there, I was gonna get mauled. Just need to either win or lose, does not matter here. I mean, I prefer if I win, but obviously if I don't, I'm not too upset. It's just setting everything up for the next ring domination sets that I'm going to do. I'm going to run into that eventually. I mean, yeah, early on, getting the big points early on is fine. I'm going to run into that within the next few bouts. Unless I see the only option is playing Punk or Cody early, and then hopefully just generating a whole lot of points. Because not all my cards generally are getting me a lot of points. Cody's like the master in that situation. Right now, Cody and Punk are like my go-tos until I can find some stronger cards. And unfortunately, both of them are alls. So I mean, honestly, take your pick on how you really want to handle that. Heck with it. I'd rather just get the win here. And use the super move because it's smarter. It's insane of how many picks you have. I did not pay attention to how many picks I needed to do. It's fine. Just dump one and we're ready. Can be only one card that's ready to go, and that's the Heyman. Oh, I was wrong. Okay. Who do I want to put in now? That's literally the question now. Who do I want to put in? Probably whoever I have like a pro, which probably smart to do Bianca. I cannot get any love from the equipment if I try to. Do that. What? No. What did they get? It got covered. How did it get covered? Thank you for the follow, Mariah. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I see what happened. Let that go down because I got McIntyre waiting in the wings anyway. Kind of wanted my other Cody to show up to see if he's still getting that bonus. Or if that was just like because he was being used in the chamber. How are you tonight, Mariah? I actually will laugh if this ends up being the shard right off the bat. Thinking I needed just one extra shard and that would have been it. Bastia, and we move on. I was going to set us up perfectly though, too. Wow, it still isn't. But I don't understand. I do not know what is up with that, unless that's what they're doing. Yeah, it's getting way too much now with the deck limit. We're running out of... I didn't know she was on my... on my suggestion list. Oh. That's good to hear. It's always fun. Didn't they give it back to me? Right, I already got that back. I remember I had the one point for Survivor, and I realized, oh yeah, that's right, that was from yesterday, not today. So that was a wasted collecting. Go ahead, go after my punk. Welcome back to the fold. There's 3, 214, 1. All right. Since you brought that up, any predictions now on who's winning the tournament now that Sheamus is out? Because now it just seems like they really are leaning hard onto Gunther to win. But there is the potential of another. an old rival. Since I already know who's supposedly replacing, I already found out who it is who's replacing Sheamus. Yeah, they said that he injured his shoulder, so I won't spoil any of the other matches. I'll just say that he's it's they're the person he was supposed to fight was LA Knight, so whoever is scheduled, it sounds like they're just taking somebody that was in the tournament and putting them back in. As according to as far as rumor has it. Yes and no. I mean, you have if they would just sit down and look at what you have on SmackDown, you have talent. It just seems like they're afraid to do anything with it. I mean, right now the best thing going on SmackDown, I'll be honest with you, is is actually is Dragunov's US title open challenge. Because that's like the best thing they got running with that, because everything else, because you kind of got Raw's people showing up. I mean, obviously the women's championship scene is still what they're doing with Jade is really good. I'm actually here for it because I really want to see where they go from here. I knew you were going to go there. You're referencing the fact that when Roman speared through cops at the end. I'll say the Vision's team is stacked. Even with the inclusion of Logan Paul, I mean Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre. That is one stacked squad, and even more so on Cody's side. His side's pretty stacked too. War Games is going to be one heck of a fight. He might sit back, acknowledge the tribal chief, and tell him don't do it again. He might give him a warning. He might realize, you were doing it for family. Honestly, I would honestly argue I think the women's match should get the main event, to be perfectly honest, because there's so much that's like there's so much more I'm more invested in the women's just because of like the Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair's like will they actually get along story. It's literally I'm here for it. I can honestly see that because Roman's already proven that he can open shows. He doesn't need the world champions aren't defending their titles, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's why I could argue that the women's match deserves the spot just as much as the men's. If as long as they don't end up bombing, like the mid cards just got to hold up, and I think it's supposed to be. I think Stephanie and Nick Gear are supposed to fight on the show. I'm assuming Cena's supposed to defend the Intercontinental title, and I'm trying to figure out if you're going to have anything else. But I mean, I guess you could just pick one War Games match that you want. I didn't stop to get a chance to look at the graphics for like what Survivor Series was going to look like because I'm actually Survivor Series stuff starts early. I was thinking that was going to be the match because that was like that seemed like the most obvious match we were going to get. Um, I would honestly say that tag team championship title defense should happen at the event, but obviously I don't know if they're going to actually do it with the MFTs and the Wyatt Six fighting for the tag gold. I would do it because I feel like the Wyatt Six should cost the MFTs the match on this Friday coming up. If you want my opinion on, to be honest, that would set up the perfect opportunity to book that match. I feel like that's licensed to print money right there because that's a good match to see. And maybe at some point we'll see. Doesn't have to necessarily mean a title change; just means that the match would have to happen. It is. This is gearing up to be a pretty darn good Survivor Series, despite the fact I would have preferred it to have been traditional Survivor Series matches. I'm actually we're probably better off with this year just because with what we got. Um, I'll throw a name who hasn't been around in a while. If they bring her back for this, what about if they brought back Tamina? Because in hindsight, being what it is, you would have her not being involved in the women's war games. And she would have relation and some form of relationship to the bloodline. I mean, it's just like just a one-off appearance is never out of the realm of possibility. There are plenty of other people that could be. You want to go for shock value? Ava. Because no one would expect it. I'm not saying it will happen, but just consider the possibility that it would. That's another possibility. There's plenty of potential out there that stuff could happen. I am not going to be out there. Yeah, I know, but that's where you this is where you kind of like throw it in there where you're just like they're going to move her away from that position and what better way of doing it than at a that one of the big four. We always say it, the big four events always expect the unexpected because you never know when something big might happen. And I wouldn't, and the fact that they would not even be hinting at it at all. And that's how I would write it if I was going to do it and they were going to have Ava become a heel and coming up to the main roster for whatever reason. And let's say she was going to wrestle again or just be a manager. Bloodline relation right there. And it wouldn't be a turn as far for the sake of a turn either. It would just be you needed somebody to handle the Nikki Cross situation, and they went to family. Simple as that. And how do you fix a general manager situation? Bring back Regal. Let him retake over the position. Instead of relegating him to one-liners. That's just one possibility. Like you said, one of the twin girls could be a potential. There's plenty of potential opportunity. You just gotta look for it. It's fine. I just need to keep building up. That actually went way better than I was actually seeing it going to happen. Put you there. Give me somebody. See, the major problem also that we all have like forgotten about also is that the Wyatt Six does not have another male member to add to the fight with the MFTs. Because initially it was going to be the Wyatt Six and them fighting, but then they didn't have a fifth member. I was just like, find someone. I'm certain there was somebody that would have fit the criteria. I mean, when you're considering Survivor Series style matches, I go, it doesn't necessarily have to make sense as far as like who's teaming up with who. I mean, you had Demolition team up with Mr. Perfect one year, or Demolition teaming up with Jake the Snake and Hogan. I go, you don't need exact continuity there. You just need they have a common goal. The MFTs have been causing trouble. Sammy teams up with the Wyatt Six. Simple as that. Never. Let me see about this person. I could buy it. The name just was not clicking. So if I would have been a higher tier, Of course. Why? Why am I not surprised? I mean, that does sound about right, though. Both of you are probables, so that'll be fun. Okay, there's that. We'll do this. Noted. I'm actually kind of curious who I still have left that's just normal Eon. I would doubt that's going to remain much longer. And I just got her, and I think that's it. Okay, guess I got everybody. If I'm right. Okay, that doesn't count technically. If they do it, I feel like they're going to do it. I feel like it should be like their own event. If you know what I mean. Like them getting like their introduction should be like the debut where it's kind of like a you have multiple superstars you can work to getting. So instead of just fighting for one, you're fighting for many. You know, at some point, I'm going to remember to move them out. Just saying. That would be very interesting if they gave us Nick Nemeth and Dolph Ziggler and then Zach Cardona and Zack Ryder and Matt Cardona. Wow, I really did that. Although, if they do it for Dolph, I feel like you're going to get Dolph Ziggler and then Nikki, Spirit Squad Nikki, because you'd be going from his start to his finish. Or they might even go with his No, I don't even think they wouldn't do that. That would be very bad. Because it was a horrible his I don't remember what his he was. I mean, I'm trying to figure this out if it was. What was it? I can't remember what his caddy name was, but it might have actually still been Nick when he was Chavo's caddy when he was doing that whole golfer gimmick. I couldn't even believe they tried to repackage Chavo Guerrero of all things. I was hoping you were going to go there. I was praying that somebody was going to say that. Oh, oh, that is such, and the gimmick was so fantastic. And the best part, you cannot have it where he took off the mask. You have to have him where he's wearing the Oz mask. You want to go full circle with Razor? I mean, you could go with the. You could start him with as the Diamond Stud, and then have him be Scott Hall at the end. Go full circle with it, or even Razor if you want to. One thing I was always surprised by, that he never, of all the time he was outside of wrestling, he never regrew his mustache. There are so many possibilities that you could do. I had recently watched a video on that the Firefly Funhouse match that they did. That the two of them sat down because they knew it was going to be a cinematic match, and they sat down and they actually started writing out ideas. The both of them, him and Bray Wyatt, and they said they were just going to add Easter egg after Easter egg in this because they wanted to just have so much fun with it. And I went back after watching that video. I went back and I rewatched the match, and I was just like, you can't help it. That match is a joy to watch. Because now going back into it, you know it's meant to be silly. You know it's meant to not to be taken seriously, and it is so fantastic. See what our survivor gives us. hell does the thing? That's only reached 4 people. It concerns me, but sure that will change. Sure, why not? That would be a good card to get. So bring on the fight. I kind of just went with what I only saw. I kind of didn't think about it. I was just like, okay, well, I know what I have for the time being, at least, and you know what? We'll send you 2 out instead. Depending on what happens here. May have been a good move, may not have been a good move, but I mean, I got an opening pro, so we'll see how this plays out. It's going to be bad. I lost on a proxy of all things. Never a good start when you lose the first match, but I've been known to make some comebacks. Now this actually works out well because it'll give my all my bouts a chance to restore themselves. Win-win, I guess. Question will be, will Ivy be a mistake? We'll find out soon. And I'm on vacay until the week, till next Sunday, so so I have plenty of time to do everything I need to. All right. I think this is taking long enough. So that forces anything forward. No. Technically sped up the process. Technically. Okay, who's the next card I get? Well, I mean, I got Natty, I guess, so I guess keeping Ivy defeated the purpose of keeping Ivy then. I mean, she's more power than charisma, but Natalia will help. I see it's kind of this kind of a fight. Okay, okay. I I don't even know why I like hesitated. I hesitated so badly there. This is a bad round. That's rough. So it's rough when you can't. You're gonna lose out on some sleep. I needed her for the speed, and now I'm gonna lose her. Well, one of us is gonna go out this round, unfortunately. Unfortunately, when you throw that out there, you're also leaving yourself open for the other category to get wrecked in. I don't know if that was the right call or not. Gonna find out in a second. Woohoo! Here we go. Staying alive. Okay. Including myself, there's 4 people. Including myself, there's 4 people on the verge of elimination. So potentially next round we could be looking at 2 guaranteed eliminations. There is no way I get the bye. If I get the bye, I'm gonna lose it. Like I said, I knew there was no way. Okay. What do I want to work with here? Go natty. I gotta do it. Talk about getting swept. You know, when I said that the potential of 2 eliminations happening, I didn't actually think it would have been great. Well, now Natty's going to get fortified, but I would have liked to have gotten that bye, but I knew I wasn't going to get it. Because, like I said, I would have lost it in my mind if I would have gotten it, because I've been like 4 pros right off the bat. I would have to rely on everything my opponent gives back to help me advance from there. So I'm kind of grateful I didn't get that bye, as much as I really would have preferred it. Well, I could, if I could get. Oh, I would need Chelsea the most because Chelsea's the highest when it comes to speed. That did not go well. Okay. I'll put you two together and see how that goes. Yeah, that's obvious because, you know, charisma was going to be their highlight. Give me power and I can win this. Well, I asked. I don't know how. I'm surviving. That Riot's guy is going to be a problem. I mean, not for nothing, everyone else is getting... Horse. We a tough... I got to stick with it. Sure, I guess. That'll help. Okay. Gotta risk it. I'm still contemplating how the heck I just won that. Because I feel like I should have been out a while ago. But I'll take these wins, you know. I'm all for it. Final three. Jeez, I went from being on the verge of elimination, completely no chance of surviving, to 4-2 in the final three. Go figure. As much as I don't want to, I do need the... You know what? Why don't we see if I'll get Julia? At this point, what's the harm? That's the harm, unfortunately. It's the best combo I'm getting now. There is no way you made it this far with no pros. Oh, I stand corrected. That is a heck of an accomplishment, I'll say that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of her at least. Bring down Chelsea to send away, I guess. I really don't. I don't know what my opponent's going to have. They could be just getting lucky and surviving. Otherwise, no, I don't see this happening. I mean, what are the odds that we were both going to play practically the same combo? I gotta play this one. It's the only one that makes sense. What's your finale play? Oh yeah, I got this already. Oh, see where it goes to from here. Like I said, in this situation now, it's going to come down to I have to be, and I won't get it either. This is going to be the best part. I'm not going to get Julia. So that's literally impossible to happen. I traded him Chelsea that first round. He might trade her back. So absolutely not. I just have to deal with what I have to deal with. That's what I figured. Okay. Toughness and charisma. Let's just throw away one of our weaker cards to start. All right. I'm going to lose. If he plays Julia, I lose. Called it. I should have played Natalia that first round. All right. Give ourselves the losses. Let's see what we get. Five male tag matches, and that's all I would need. Well, all right, how many? Do I have any draft picks? No. Okay. Okay. Screen. I'll make that 3 on the screen. That's not good. At some point you would think I would remember. Old Rico winning the AEW National Championship. It was bound to happen eventually. For him, he had to finally hit the big one and finally get the gold. This be enough? Probably not, but yeah. Come on. And if I lose this one with... Oh, she took out 2 of her counterparts. But there's not much left to Trish now. I think I could just accept them all now. Nope, just take one. Oh, I only needed to do 8. I tried to do more. Jade is not in the War Games match. The War Games match consists of the Kabuki Warriors, Naya, Lash Legend, and Becky. So more than likely, she did compete on SmackDown this past week. She'll probably compete again this week because they're probably just going to start building up her, like wiping out all the mid card females. For that would be my guess as to what they're planning to do. Turn her into like a killer. As far as like an unstoppable heel. That is true. Don't attack Drew. Oh, no. This is not good. Oh, Punk can do it. That hurt. That would be a big one that I really would like to get my hands on. Okay. That is rough. There's not a chance you're going to challenge any of my cards. And I stand corrected. Nice. Don't have another up arrow, so that getting a perfect is not happening. Right. I remembered why I didn't do the freebies. That's fine. I can do them on my phone later. Nice. Gotta love it when it happens. You're worried about that. Said I will not, I am not above doing it. 35,000. It's gonna be a bit before I do any more ring domination, so I can obviously clear up my cards now. Flip it. Nothing. Really? Huh. At first. There is no way you did that on accident. Let's see where he goes with it. Say it once, I'll say it again. I'm not afraid to use it early. And make my opponent pay. Well, I definitely didn't have Undertaker before, so that was nice. Throw Scott Hall into the mix, but I'm pretty sure I've already had him. Okay. Turn one. Four at a time. Yeah, that's great. It's not surprising. There's no need to, honestly, there's no need to finish it so quick. It's still got another 2 days. I mean, not a full 2 days, but still, you got plenty of time. Well played. It is what it is. Like I said, I really don't care. I'll run through and see how many 80 gets us. I'll leave my prediction at 5. Hoping to get more than 5, but you know. It's just a solid number. Still only on the first one. Yeah, offer wall does come in handy, but how often do you have that time? I mean, you'd have to be going, but the offer wall, you'd literally have to make sure that you know which ones to go after at the right time. It's 3 so far. Alright, we're at 4. Voids are coming. Oh, come on. It's the 5th one. Ha! I should have saw that coming. Oh my goodness, I've never had seen an Eon. Okay. That should have been an omen right there not to click that card. Okay, so I have none left. Mails for this, I'll send packing. set, but hey. I have not looked at somebody's card recently, and I kind of feel dumb that I haven't. Go for it. What? You've got to be kidding me. Okay. Yes, we do. I guess. Handy. Actually, no, I used to do my maps. And if there's any to kind of focus on. Because see where they all kind of land. See if any of them have a shot of at least passing one of them. I don't have faith that it's going to happen, but maybe it can. I don't know though. Because then at least I know where he sits. If he's able to pass one of them, then that's good. Because then it's a potential to see everything else go better for me. I'm looking at it from a bigger perspective. I don't know where this is going to land, so I'm kind of like, if I lose this next match, I'm going to hit the 8, or the 9 rather. Not surprised, really. Now we can do it, at least for Paige. It's not like be crazy to do that. That's what all these enhancements are for. Save them up and use them. I don't see him crossing that threshold. Like, I'm already looking at it and I'm just like, that's not happening. I need one of them as a pro for the. I need a left arrow prize. I don't have one now. Because at least if I had one of them, it would at least be able to. It could be argued that they could potentially go past the 2 Jacobs, or at least one of them. Because when I get the second rock, he's going to go ahead of both of the Jacobs, so that's already a guarantee. So that'll give me the the requirement to pro him. These aren't gonna work, so it'd be pointless to do that. Nice. Okay, power I can't do much about, but I can do much about everything else. Okay. Probably snatch myself one pro it, or one shard at least, maybe two. The thought is two. Oh, two is guaranteed based on my count of shards left on the board. Can I make it three? Can I make it three? I don't know about four, but four could happen. I'm well above expectation of where, if it happens. I didn't pro that card, now that I'm seeing that. Or I never had it. Mouse is getting a little laggy on me. Okay, let's see here. Just hit support because okay, noted and noted. If I get any more cards I can power up, I can dump those too. At least that's guaranteed. Like 4 more bouts. It is. Get 800, that'll put me at 21. Not all of it's going to put me to the very end, but at least I'll be, for the most part, there. And then it happens, believe me. You never know. Because sometimes you can see it without the super move. Because sometimes it just gives you the exactly what you need. Yeah. I guess it depends on modern day. I would say Robert Stone could be, but that's because he's the only manager I can that is like there right now. It's because it's not like they have that many managers anymore. To be back in the heyday with all the amount of managers they had. I venture that they, if they did it, they should make him. Well, just because I'd be a little biased about it, that because we've had two separate times that we've had special edition Haymans, a, a special edition card of a different manager that's going today would actually be a refresher, regardless if it's Robert Stone or whoever you want to like label as the manager in question. It's just we've been seeing so much. There's been a lot of stuff for The Rock, but generally speaking, because he was the Battle Pass card, it's not it's not where I'm really going to sit here and go, well, what's the purpose of it all when we all know what the purpose of it all is. Well, yeah, that apparently they put it on they put it on SmackDown, and everyone's like, "Did you see what was the redeem? What was the QR code?" It was like it was for the most recent thing that we already got. It wasn't a new QR code. It was the same one according to what people were saying. People were saying it was just a scan and done. It was just what it was for. It was literally for the what we the most recent code we had. Code. That's according to what I was reading. I mean, if it was, I mean, nobody's really posted it because I feel like Supercard would have like posted that. If it had been like a brand new card, I feel like it would have been posted or a new QR code. Oh. Let's see what we get. Send this on a high note. Oh, that's a right arrow, but that's nice. Especially female. Alright guys, I am going to call it for tonight. So thank you to everybody who stopped by to watch. I appreciate it. I'm not sure if I'll be on tomorrow or not. That's going to be completely up to whatever time I get back from shopping. So if I'm on, I would just say just keep an eye out for me if I go live. But until then, this is Josh the J System signing out. Take care, everyone. Have a good night.